very good evening, bringing you the very latest from here at home and across the world. This is Primetime News, live on News First. I'm Mahina Bongzo.
A very good evening, I'm Shane Silva.
As usual, we start off with the stories that are making headlines tonight.
President says people resettled in the north will also be provided all benefits. Marches by the university lecturers and students continue for the third day. And Sri Lanka and New Zealand gear up for the first match of the Super 8 of the ICC 2020.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that the resettled persons in the north will be given every benefit enjoyed by the people living in the rest of the country. The head of state made this statement at a function in the Vellamolly Waikal area yesterday.
The final phase of resettling people displaced by the war took place yesterday in the Vellamolly Waikal area under the auspices of the president.
දකුණේ ජනතාවට මොනවද ලැබෙන්නේ? ඒ හැම දෙයක්ම මේ ප්‍රදේශයේ ජනතාවටත් ඒ
I wish to remind that whatever the people in the south receive will also be given to those in these areas. So place your trust in us. Do not be deceived. You should work towards your own betterment and the future of your children. There is no doubt that this area will be a very developed area in the country before long.
මේ ප්‍රදේශය තාඩ නොබෝ කලකින් රටේ තියෙන දියුණුව ප්‍රදේශයක් බාටපත් වෙනවට නොඅනුමානයි.
Those who were resettled were presented with a nutritional pack, a self-employment loan and household equipment. The president also inspected the Farah 3 vessel which was seized by the LTTE in 2006. The vessel which was sailing from India to South Africa was seized by the LTTE in the seas of the Vellamolly Waikal. It fell into the hands of the Sri Lankan Defence Forces in 2009 during the final stage of the humanitarian operation.
On to other local stories now. The protest marches demanding solutions to the problems in the higher education sector continued today as well. The marches, led by the university lecturers and students respectively, commenced on Monday from Galle and Peradeniya.
The protest march, organised by the Federation of University Teachers Association, commenced from the Alutgama bus stand this morning following religious observances. Over these 3 days, parties that oppose the government and special representatives from the parties that support the government have participated in the march. What is clearly evident here is that this is the best answer to all those charges levelled against this campaign.
දේ තමයි මේ ව්‍යාපාරයට එරෙහිව එල්ල කරන ඒ චෝදනාවලට කදිම පිළිතුරක් තමන්ගේ දෙපයින් ලබා දීලා තිබෙනවා කියන එක තමයි මගේ අදහස.
Political parties and trade union representatives extended their support to the lecturers by joining the protest march today as well.
Yeah, there are two things that
ආණ්ඩුව බලන්නේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ආචාර්යවරුන් මර්ධනය කරන්න. මම එකක් කියනවා මෙතන සටන තියෙන්නේ.
The government is trying to suppress the university lecturers. I would like to say that the battle here is not with the lecturers. This is to determine whether there is a place for the educated. If the lecturers are suppressed, most of them will go abroad. That is why we have extended our support from the opposition. That is why the UNP is giving its full support.
සම්පූර්ණ සහයෝගය දෙන්නේ.
අද පුද්ගලීකරණය කරගෙන යන මේ අධ්‍යාපනයේ නැවතීමක්.
We need to put a halt to the privatization of education. Students are facing problems. They are being taken to courts. Today all of us have gathered here and are marching in support of the reasonable requests made by the lecturers.
මේ ගමන් කරන්නේ අධ්‍යාපනය ආරක්ෂා කරන්නයි.
උසස් අධ්‍යාපන ඇමතිවරයාත් අධ්‍යාපන ඇමතිවරයාත්
Rather than resolving this issue, the Minister of Higher Education and the Minister of Education are continuously attacking the lecturers and the political parties that support them. We urge the government to stop this. If not, we will take this campaign to the point where the government will be toppled.
මේ වැඩපිළිවෙල රාජ්‍ය පෙරළන තෙක්ම අපි දිගින් දිගටම ගෙනියනවා කියලා මේ අවස්ථාවේ කියන්න ඕනේ.
විශ්වවිද්‍යාල පාසල් සියලුම සිසු මත අධ්‍යාපනය කඩාකප්පල්ලා කිසිම අධ්‍යාපන සැලසුමක් නැහැ.
The education system has collapsed. There is no proper education plan. The free education system, which was introduced by the UNP, has been destroyed by this government. This may be the beginning of the end for this government. The march, which is due to reach Colombo on Friday, reached Kaldura this afternoon from Alutgama, Waberuwala and Magonna. Meanwhile, the protest march organised by the Inter-University Students Federation, which is also due to arrive in Colombo on Friday, recommenced from Ambepusa this morning. The march reached Nitambo town this afternoon.
The National Movement for Education Reform says that the demands put forward by university lecturers are unreasonable and cannot be fulfilled.
One of the main demands of the lecturers who are on strike is that 6% of the GDP must be allocated for education. But can this be done? Demands must be fair. We now observe that although the university lecturers' struggle began independently, several political parties have got involved and are using it to their own advantage. It is the students who will lose out from all this.
The 53rd death anniversary of former Prime Minister SWRD Bandaranayake was marked today with a ceremony at the Bandaranayake Memorial in Horogolla.
Former President Chandika Bandaranayake Kumaratunga presided at the commemoration ceremony held today. The Mahasangha, including the Mahanayaka of Dasgiri chapter, the most venerable Udugama Shri Buddha Rakita Thera, and several politicians were present at the commemoration. Sunitha Bandaranayake and Vimukti Kumaratunga, the son of Chandika Bandaranayake Kumaratunga, also participated in the commemoration ceremony. Former President Chandika Bandaranayake Kumaratunga, together with other members of the Bandaranayake family, placed floral tributes at the Bandaranayake Memorial. Thereafter, wheelchairs were presented to persons with disabilities.
We have marked this day for 53 years. We do this on behalf of my father, mother and brother. We organize this with the support of the people of Attanagala and the Gampaha district. We don't send out many invitations, but a lot of people come on their own by remembering this day. The Bandaranayake name resonates in the hearts of the people. This is why people are flocking here even after 53 years. Idioms like no sacrifice, no victory and fortune favors the brave are thrown around quite casually. But we came across a girl who, despite losing both hands and a foot to a cruel twist of fate, provides deeper meaning to such idioms.
Gigi Rashmi Nimesha Gunawardena, who was born minus both hands and a foot, uses her one remaining complete limb to carry out all tasks. Her missing limbs have not proved to be an obstacle to this bright and intelligent young girl. There's a reason why News First was encouraged to take her story to the country. Rashmi, who is naturally skilled in aesthetics, is blessed with two parents who are both teachers. She is a student at the Gallolua Junior School in Dehiovita. In spite of her so-called disability, Rashmi sat for the Year 5 scholarship examination this year. Although 14 of her classmates sat for the examination, she was the only one who passed. She scored a total of 153 marks at the examination.
My ambition is to study well one day and become a scientist. I would like to ask my brothers and sisters to go towards their goal in spite of all difficulties.
The next academic challenge facing Rashmi is the GCE Ordinary Level Examination.
Yesterday, News First brought you the story of Anjali Upeksha Madhuvanti of the Thalatoya Junior School, who came in first in the island in the Year 5 scholarship examination in spite of the many hardships faced by her. Already numerous people have come forward to provide her with the assistance she needs for future success. This evening, Anjali, who visited the News First newsroom, was interviewed live on the 7 o'clock prime time news bulletin on our sister channel, Sirasa TV.
හොඳම ස්කූල් එකට යන්න හම්බුනොත් කොළඹ එනවද නැත්නම් නුවර නතර වෙනවද?
නුවර නතර වෙනවා.
ඇයි?
මට මගේ දෙමාපියෝ දාලා යන්න බෑ.
හොඳයි. මේ පුංචි දුව දුක දිනා ජයගත් තලාතුවේ කනිෂ්ඨ විද්‍යාලයේ අංජලි උපේක්ෂා මధుවන්තේ අපි හොඳ අත්පොරසනක් ලබා දෙමු. අපි ඉන්නේ ප්‍රවෘත්ති අංශයේ අංජලි අපි සුපතන ඔබට දිව්‍ය ශක්තිය ලැබේවා ඉදිරියට යන්නට.
Let's now take a look at what Anjali Upeksha Madhuvanti has been presented with following her success.
ත්‍යාග ලබා දෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම විශේෂම කියන්නට උන කැන්ඩි සිටි සෙන්ටර් ආයතනයේ
Meanwhile, veteran actress Sabitha Pereira, who visited the News First Centre, presented Anjali Upeksha Madhuvanti with a computer. When we visited Udeshika Netmini's home, her eyes were riveted on her school books. Seated next to her is her 9-year-old brother. And in the hallway, lying in this manner, is her father.
That was a report we carried on Prime Time News. The subject of that report, Udeshini Netmini, is now reaping the bounty of success at the examination.
Udeshi Netmini De Silva's father, Chaminda Sriyalal De Silva, passed away on the day she sat for the Year 5 scholarship examination. When the father had questioned Udeshi on how she fared at the examination, she had answered that she had done very well, following which the father went into cardiac arrest. Udeshi Netmini De Silva passed her examination with flying colours, scoring 173 marks.
My father asked me if the exam was easy. I said yes, and I should be able to get 200 out of 200. My father said it was good. Then I asked him what he was going to give me. He said he would buy me a computer, and then suddenly the phone went silent.
Although Udeshi Netmini's father had promised her a computer if she passed her examination, he was unable to keep this promise. However, today News First provided her with that computer in order to ensure her future academic success.